Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to the Vibetribe family. It is Wednesday, which means Vibetribe collaboration time, and I am collaborating with Lisa from Diamonds and Stitches. I will have her YouTube channel and her Instagram linked down below in the description box. We are on episode 4. I like to call them episodes, which means we're doing part 2 of the Get to Know Me tag. I am going to be answering 30 questions, as well as Lisa will be answering the same questions. Make sure you go and check her out to see how she answers them. So let's get into the video, shall we? If you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would stick around and join the Vibetribe family by hitting that subscribe button. And if you like today's video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up, as it lets me know I'm on the right track for creating content for you all. If you don't like it, oh well. Don't forget that notification bell so you know when my videos upload. Let's get into the video, shall we? Hey everyone. How's it going? How's your day going so far? Sherry here, aka Diamond Art Addiction. And we are here for Wednesday's Vibetribe collaboration. I am collaborating with Lisa from Diamonds and Stitches. As I said in the intro, I will have her YouTube channel as well as her Instagram linked down in the description box. So we are doing part 2 of the Get to Know Me tag, which is going to have 30 questions. As you can see, I'm making a little bit of progress on this diamond painting, a little bit. I'm slowly working at it. I mean, I am not much for double-sided tape. I've made that abundantly clear. It is what it is, but I've actually been enjoying this at the same time. I actually like the way it's looking so far. So before we get started, I just want to remind you guys that I will be live tonight on my YouTube channel. It will be at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's about as many time zones as I know. But I will be live tonight for a couple hours. I hope you can join in. I mean, like I mentioned in my video yesterday, I do get very nervous in live streams, but I also very much enjoy interacting with you all. It's usually good for a couple laughs. I usually keep the mood light, you know, try to be entertaining. So let's say we get started, because I don't know how long it's going to take me to answer these questions. When I get about halfway through the questions, I will give you guys your giveaway question for the day. Okay, so the first question is, what is your favorite Netflix show? Orange is the New Black, hands down. I haven't watched it recently, but I very much enjoy Orange is the New Black. I haven't watched Stranger Things yet. I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I would like to check it out. So that might be next on my list of shows to watch. If you have any good suggestions for Netflix shows, please sound off down in the comments. I could use some new shows to watch, but ones that don't take a lot of focus, if you know what I mean. Like, I like to be able to diamond paint while a show is on in the background. So if you have any good recommendations, that would be wonderful. I would truly appreciate it. And I wasn't sure if that question was geared towards put out by Netflix or just a show on Netflix, but I went more towards Netflix only kind of show. I'm pretty sure Orange is the New Black is a Netflix thing. Anyway, before I squirrel too much, next question. What type of music do you listen to? Most times I'm listening to easy listening classical music. I very much enjoy spa type music that's calming and isn't gonna make me squirrely. if you know what I mean. I need to calm the squirrels. Usually that will put the squirrels to sleepy night. So I do like rock. Um, I'm not very fond of heavy metal, like that screaming into the microphone stuff. That's not for me. New age rap, nope. I do like old school rap, but I'm not into the new age stuff that my son listens to. Not for me. I'm not very fond of country. Some country I'm okay with, but 9 out of 10 times, no, not for me either. I like rock, classical. I don't mind some pop music, but 9 out of 10 times I'm listening to spiritual slash classical music. That's kind of my thing now. Call it getting old, I don't know, but I like things that are gonna calm me, not make me go all, you know what I mean. You get it. You get it. I sure hope you get it. You know, if you have any good music that you think I would like, definitely comment on that as well. I'm always looking for new music, as long as it's going to calm me and not make me go all squirrely. No squirrels. The squirrels are bad enough as it is here. All right, on to the next question. What is the craziest thing you have done? Oh, okay, in what year? Craziest thing that I've ever done? Oh, I'm just trying to think. Wow. I haven't really done anything too crazy lately. I can't really think of an answer for that one, to be honest with you. I'm trying to think of something. Can I plead the fifth on that one? Is that an answer? Because I don't want to talk too crazy, like go off too crazy. Let's just say I'll come back to that question. How does that sound? And if I actually happen to think of something, then I'll just squirrel and I'll tell you it. All right, so we're going to move on to the next question. Describe your first crush. That's easy. His name was Jamie McDonald. I can remember it as clear as a bell. I was 12. I think he was a year younger than me. And I'll never forget it. Like we were crushing on each other pretty bad, right? Like he was the next door neighbor. We were neighbors and we were crushing on each other. He was my first kiss. And I was so heartbroken, you guys, when his family moved to Nova Scotia. And I was actually really good friends with his older sister, Jennifer. Sorry, squirrel. I had an out-of-place diamond. But yeah, I was really good friends with his sister, Jennifer. And you know, even though that was like almost 30 years ago, I still think of him, you know, like wondering what he's up to, how life has been. You know, I think everybody's first crush or first love is one that you always remember, right? Like, especially when it's your first love, your first kiss. There were a lot of firsts. And get your mind out of the gutter. No, I was 12. But I was heartbroken, like my first heartbreak. Like I cried for days. I can remember that our bedrooms, because we were neighbors and we lived in a condo, his bedroom and my bedroom were actually side by side. Like his was here, mine was here, and all that was separating us was a wall. And I can remember we used to play music to each other through the wall. Oh man, did I get in crap for that, because I swear that boy was half deaf, because I'd always have to turn my music up, then I'd get yelled at. Oh yeah, good old times. But yeah, he was a good shit. You know, like I said, I was heartbroken. He was heartbroken. Oh, My mom had to console me for days on that. She's like, you'll get over it. And I'm like, no, I won't. She's like, yeah, you will. I'm like, no, I won't. Yeah, okay, mom was right. I got over it. But I still wonder. I still wonder. Every now and then I think of him and I'm like, wonder what he's up to these days. Okay. Next question, number 5. What theme parks have you been to? I've been to Disneyland twice. When that was when I was a kid. So I vaguely, barely remember it. Once was when I was 2, so I don't remember that, obviously. And then the next one, I was 8. And the only ride I remember going on is the Dumbo ride with my grandmother. My grandparents, my grandfather was in the Air Force, and he was stationed in California. So that was the last time I went to the States, was when I was 8 years old, and I'm now 40. So it's been a while. I'm definitely due for a trip down south, that's for sure. And then other theme parks besides West Edmonton Mall, Galaxyland, that's it. I'm telling you people, I have not traveled much. Like, I've lived in Alberta, Canada my whole life, and I've never been to Calgary. I have never seen Banff or Calgary. I know, sad, but yet I've lived in BC, I've lived in Manitoba, like I've multiple places in Alberta. Like, I've just never been to southern Alberta, which by the sounds of it, we're going to remedy at the end of the month, as me and Mr. Addiction are taking a trip down south to go visit his parents. So there will be a week actually coming up that it'll be after the giveaway, but there will be a stretch of time there that I won't be uploading at all, but I will be vlogging the trip. So you guys will get to see my reaction to Calgary, which I'm like, I want to see it. I'm going to be honest, you guys, I want to see it. I do. And this is going to be a huge test for me to see how I cope with the stress of it. I'm sure I'll be fine as long as I don't have to go to any busy places. I would love to see Calgary Zoo, but we'll see. We'll see. Sorry, I totally squirreled on that question. Oh, I squirreled. Come on, it wouldn't be a Sherry video if I didn't squirrel just a little bit. I'm trying. Okay, next questions. Who was your childhood best friend? Childhood best friend? I'd have to say Brenda Wolski. She's the first one that I can think of as a best friend. And then there was Vanessa Nash and Kristen from Grand Cache. Can't remember her last name because I was like 5 when I left Grand Cache. Yeah, those are and then Shannon Gornick was more of a teenage best friend. But so yeah, childhood, I would say between Vanessa Nash and Brenda Wolski. Those are my childhood best friends. What is your favorite genre of film and why? Oh, that's easy. Horror. I like horror. I like psychological thrillers. I like crime movies. Like, not cops and robbers type, but like psychological crime, like thrillers. Those I love. And I like horror. I do not like chick flicks. No. Chick flicks, bad. Mr. Addiction is very grateful for that. I don't mind some drama. Like, I mean, chick flicks and drama, I think, are like in 2 different categories. But I will admit, I do like The Notebook. That was a good movie, like surprising, like it is considered a chick flick, and I actually like that one. But no, I like horror, and the reason why I like them, that's actually a good question. Why do I like them? Because I like the thrill. You don't know when something creepy is going to come out, as long as it's not clowns. Oh, I hate clowns. Clowns, bad. Clowns are bad. There is a fact that I don't think anyone knew. I seriously have clown phobia. And I know there is a name for squirrel. I completely squirreled from the question. But horror, I like the fear, right? And then the reason why I like to watch psychological thrillers or true crime movies is because I love learning about human behavior. Like, it's just always been a thing of mine. Like, if I would have actually been not stupid in school and more worried about partying, and I would have loved to have been a like that show Criminal Minds, profiler. I would have loved to have been a profiler. And I think, like, not trying to be a toot on my horn over here, but I actually think I probably could have made a good profiler because I'm pretty darn good at reading people. I just keep that to myself. But yeah, I like horror because I like the thrill of not knowing when the creepy guy is going to come out and kill the next person. As I've gotten older, I'm not too fond of the startling effect. You know, it's a little hard on the old ticker over here, you know. And I don't mind action. Like I said, it just depends on the movie. All right, on to the next question. What was your dream job as a kid? Well, that's easy, paramedic. I wanted to be a paramedic ever since I could remember because I wanted to help people, but I just wanted to basically help them, get them to the hospital and leave. I have a tendency to get very attached to people, and I don't think I would have made it as a doctor or a nurse for that reason. I would have gotten attached, and then if the patient would have died, then I would have been heartbroken, and yeah, that wouldn't have worked for me. So that's why I knew if I was going to go into the medical field, paramedic as a child, that's all I ever wanted to be, was a paramedic, and I was working towards it. Even though I dropped out of school in grade 11, I went back, got my GED, began upgrading, and then life happened. So it didn't happen, not in this life, that's okay. I like my life where it's at now. I'm good with it. Okay, on to the next. What is your coffee order? Well, that depends where I'm going. If it's Tim Hortons, which I know a lot of my American friends have never tried Tim Hortons. If it's Tim Hortons, it's a large regular, which is 1-in-1, like 1 cream, 1 sugar. If I'm going to Starbucks, which I don't very often because they be real expensive, like holy Hanna-Barbera, they are freaking expensive. But I usually get a vanilla bean frappuccino, hold the whipped cream. I flippin' hate whipped cream. Ugh. Yuck. It is definitely not for me. I don't know, I've never liked whipped cream, but yeah, that's my coffee order. I usually don't go to Starbucks. I go to Tim Hortons because it's cheaper. And I need to watch the dollars. Gotta watch those dollar bills because they be flying out the door faster than I can get it in. And I mean, if I'm hungry, then I will get at Tim Hortons, it would be 1-in-1 coffee and a breakfast sandwich with sausage, no egg, on a home-style biscuit. That is like my most favoriteest thing from Tim Hortons. Don't really eat their sandwiches, but that's because it's just, I'm too cheap and I don't want to. Okay, moving on to the next question, number 10. What is your favorite thing to order on Uber Eats? What the hell's Uber Eats? What's Uber Eats? I could tell you, I could answer the question if I knew what it was, but I don't know what Uber Eats is. Hi, I'm Canadian, eh? I can't answer that question. I am so sorry. I don't know what Uber Eats is. By the sounds of it, it sounds like it's uber exciting. I don't know what it is. Us Canadians, I swear, we're losing out here. We're losing out up here. Huh, must be that stupid Trudeau. Anyway, moving on. Question 11. Have you moved from home? Where to and how was the experience? Oh, hell, I left home when I was 15. Started leaving home, but I always ended up back at home. But no, I did leave home at 15. That was when I moved to BC. You know, that was when I thought I was all big and smart and I knew I knew everything about life when I really knew jack squat. So that was that experience. I moved away from home for almost a year. It's like 8 months or a year or something along those lines. I was just newly 15. So yeah, I was basically my son's age. Yeah, it'd be a cold day in hell before I'd let him leave the house. But my parents didn't really have a choice because it was either they were going to let me go or I was going to run away from home again. So they let me go, and yeah, they were right. I came back. And then I left. Oh, I've been on again, off again from home. So yeah, I moved to BC at 15, and then at 17, Manitoba. And I mean, each experience was its own, right? So no, I very much love living on my own. I love my parents, don't get me wrong, but I very much like being on my own. I like my privacy, but I don't like to be too far from my parents. Like, I live 45 minutes from them. We're a very close-knit family, so I like to keep it that way. Okay, on to the next question. Have you ever failed at anything? And what did you learn? Oh, what haven't I failed at? No, I'm just kidding. Is failing at life an answer? I don't know. Like, yeah, I've failed at lots of things. I can't think of one thing in particular. Like, I failed my learner's test 7 times. What did I learn from that? You need to freaking study. I failed my very first driver's test. What I learned from that? Don't use a vehicle you're not familiar with. Let's see, what else is there? I failed at people. I failed at peopling. And what I mean by that is I was too trusting. And this is actually a more recent lesson. I failed at peopling. And I say that because I did. I trusted, and I got stabbed in the back quite badly. What did I learn from that? Don't trust people. No, I'm just kidding. It's called keep your guard up. You just got to keep your guard up a little bit more, before you trust people with certain things. So I'm going to move on from that question. How many countries have you traveled to? 1. The States. That's it. I've only traveled to the US, and the last time I did that was when I was 8. So I have no traveling experience whatsoever. Chalk that up to I've never been interested in traveling. I want to. Like, over the last few years, I've kind of got a little bit of the traveling bug where I do want to travel and see a bit more of the world, but I need to continue to work at getting over the anxieties and the fear of doing these things. So I don't really have anything too exciting to answer to that question. Okay, let's see. What is the next question? Who is your celebrity crush? That's easy. Angelina Jolie. Always has been, probably always will be. She's hot. Like, she's a good looking woman. I don't know if it's the eyes or those lips. Yeah, I believe I may be a girl, but I can still crush on a girl. Don't be judging me now. And if I had to say male, Brad Pitt. I know, they used to be a couple. How sad is that? But especially in the movie Interview with a Vampire, he was good looking in that one. Wowza. So yeah, and that's the first thing that comes to mind. And when I answer these questions, it's going to be the first thing that comes to mind. So if I creeped you out or bothered you with that answer, I'm not going to justify it, because c'est la vie. It is what it is. Oh, 15. Do you have any pets? Yes, I do. I have 3 cats. I've got Khaleesi, which is my big black fat cat. She's like the Black Garfield, which is my big black fat cat. She's like the Black Garfield. And then I've got Boober, who is my gray tabby / Egyptian Mao. And then I have Pandora. She is my black and orange kitty. So I have those 3 cats. And that is all I have for pets, and that's all I'm going to have for pets. Mr. Addiction wants a dog one day. I said no. No, maybe. I don't know. After we lost the family pet Sheba, yeah, it just hurts. It hurts too much. So I don't know. Okay, so we are going to move into today's question for my giveaway. I said once we got halfway through, and it's kind of funny because my question is actually was close to one of these questions. What is the next country that you want to visit? Where is the next country that is not where you are from, would you like to visit? Answer down below. You will have until tomorrow's video, being Thursday's Timeout Thursday, and to get your answers in, and then I will close off the entries for today's video. And you're gonna have to just give me 1 sec. I will be right back. Okay, and I'm back. Okay, so we are going on to 16. What are your pet peeves? Okay, so it said multiple peeves. That to me means multiple. So we will talk about multiple pet peeves. I have a few. Of course I would. First one, talking with your mouth full. That will just absolutely drive me wild. Like people who, it's like chewing with your mouth open and talking with your mouth full. Like there is nothing more gross than when you're sitting down and you're eating dinner or lunch or whatever, and someone's talking or chewing with their mouth open and food comes out of their mouth. Oh, so gross. Like that, like I will literally call someone out. I don't care what kind of sitting I'm at. I don't care if it's a special occasion. If you're talking with your mouth full or you're chewing with your mouth open, I'm gonna say something, because you are literally ruining my dinner experience. Like, another pet peeve. I completely just drew a blank because I got quite a few of them. Interrupting, that's one of them. And you know what? I'm known for it myself, and I try to catch myself, but you know, it's a pet peeve of mine, but yet I can do it too. And I think everybody can. So I can even pet peeve on myself. Manners. When people don't say please or thank you. And I think that's just because I was brought up military. So respect and manners is a huge, huge thing for me. People who walk into your house, unless you're family, don't be walking into my house. People who wear shoes in a house, you wear shoes in the house and I'm gonna come unglued. Don't be wearing no shoes. Oh, apparently I dropped my pen, so we're gonna grab the squirrel instead. So we got Chip here now. Maybe that was just the squirrel's way of saying you're getting a little too squirrely. I don't know, but yeah, that went flying right out of my hands. But yeah, like I know in some places people wear shoes in the house, you know, like that's just, but I was brought up that you don't wear shoes in the house, and it really saves on your floors. I think I'm telling you, people, you should try it out. Like, I don't understand people who do wear shoes in the house. Like, you gotta be forever freaking sweeping or vacuuming your floors. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't understand it, but as I always say, to each their own. So we're gonna move on from the pet peeves, and now what do you do in your free time? Time to paint. Diamond paint, that's all I do is diamond paint. It's basically diamond paint, go for a walk when I can, depending on the pain level for that day. But really, all I do is diamond paint. Watch a little bit of TV, not much. It's diamond paint. Diamond paint and shop for diamond painting stuff. That's pretty much my life, and I'm okay with that. You know, and then now I have doing YouTube. So that's my life. I like it. I'm good with it. That answers that question. On to the next one. Do you have any weird quirks? Do you know me? Yeah, I got weird quirks. I squirrely. There we go. That's my weird quirks. Besides the fact that I'm like the squirrel queen, I have a potty mouth. Like I very much contain myself on doing my videos. I don't know if that's a weird quirk, but I do have a potty mouth, and I'm very squirrely. I can be very sensitive. I don't know if that would be a weird quirk. I don't know what you would consider a weird quirk or whatever that word is. But yeah, definitely I'm squirrely. Like I can literally have 5 conversations in the matter of 5 minutes. And I can literally, people are looking at me going, what? Yep, that's me. I like who I am. I like the fact that I can be weird and squirrely and I have a potty mouth. All right, let's move on to the next one. What is your favorite color? Purple. Purple, blue, and pink in that order. I like most colors except for like baby puke green or, you know, like, yeah, like I don't like pukey looking colors, but definitely purple, blue, and pink. Those are my favorite colors. Do you have any siblings? Nope, I don't. Not by blood. I do not have any siblings by blood, but I do have my sister that you guys have actually, she's been on my channel a couple times. Well, you've heard her on my channel a couple times. She is a sibling by choice. And I truly believe that family does not stop at blood. You have the family that you're born to, and then you have the family that you choose. So that answers that question. Do you know your personality type? What is it? I'd say I am passive aggressive. And what that means is I'm very, very passive and very easygoing. You know, I'm pretty easy to get along with, but piss me off or cross me and look out. I am Irish. That temper can flare. And when I'm angry, I have a tendency to speak first, think later. I can literally be a bitch. Like, no doubt about it. I can be a big bitch. You know, but I'm 9 out of 10 times I'm very passive. I'm easygoing. I'm pretty sure that's what they meant by that question. I'm pretty sure, but yeah, that's me. Passive aggressive. Unless you put me in a car, then I'm just aggressive. Man, I got road rage like nobody's business. Whew. I could be sitting there singing a song, and then all of a sudden I'm flipping the bird. The person next to me, you know, is that they're driving like an idiot. So you put me in a vehicle, I'm aggressive. And then outside of a vehicle, I'm passive aggressive. You know, and I'm pretty sure that's how you would word that. Like I said, I've got a long fuse, but once that fuse is gone, you don't want to be near me. Because I can be real nasty. And I'm not talking like in a bad way, like I will blow. And then I'm going to say stuff that I'm going to regret. And then I'm going to feel like an arse. And then I'm going to have to go and apologize. And ain't no one like doing that. So I'm better off just, I've learned over the years, like my mom will say, Murphy temper, Murphy temper. Murphy's think safe, speak first, think later. That part's true. I don't know if it's a Murphy trait, but definitely runs in the family. So maybe it is. I don't know. Murphy's Law is a real thing too. Squirrel! I'm just going to put that in there. Murphy's Law is a real thing. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. It sucks. I know. And Friday the 13th is a very lucky day for Murphys. Just want to throw that in there. Just a little tidbit of information. Okay. Have you been to any concerts or festivals? Which were the most memorable? I have been to a few concerts, not very many, because I don't like crowded places where there are a lot of people. Like I didn't do my very, very first concert was actually one that I took my daughter to, and it was Selena Gomez. I'd say that was 10 years ago. 8 to 10 years ago. I can't remember the exact year. No, not even. It was back in 2011. So 8 years ago. I remember that because I remembered the place I was living at the time. That's basically how I do my timeline. Squirrel. Is where was I living at the time? Then I'll know the year. It was in like October or November of 2011. And I took my daughter to see Selena Gomez, and I basically stood out in the lobby area waiting in a lineup for 2 hours to get her a t-shirt. My next concert after that is one I wish I could forget, and not because of the band that was playing, it was because of who I went with. And that was, I went to see Motley Crue with a disgusting, dirty pig of a man. That may be a story I will tell another day. But that was in 2013. I seen Motley Crue. The show was great. Like, they put on a wicked show. We had really good seats. Like, seriously, at one point, like, when the way they had the stage set up, like, we'll say main stage is like here, and then they had like a place over here that they could walk up. And when Nikki Sixx would come up and he'd be playing his guitar, like, literally I could have stood up and touched him. Like, it was a good show. It was just the monster that I went with. That'll definitely be a story for another day. That's still pretty raw, and I struggle talking about it. So we're going to move on. The next concert I seen was Godsmack and Buck Cherry. They were like, Buck Cherry and Godsmack were in one concert. That was probably the best experience that I ever had going to a concert, because like I said, I don't do crowds. How I got through those first two, I don't know. I took my daughter to see Cody Simpson as well, but I literally had a panic attack and we had to leave. She was pretty pissed, but I warned her, and she wouldn't listen to me because of where the seats were. And Cody Simpson's sister walked by, and of course you got all these teenage girls going, and I'm like literally going, oh my god, gotta go, leaving, bye. She was pretty pissed, but I couldn't be in that crowded spot anymore. So like I said, my favorite was Godsmack, and the way they had it was at the Shaw Conference Center in Edmonton. And the way they had it set up is basically you had your main stage area here, then you had like your floor where you could be here, and then back over they had tables. So everybody could sit at a table, and there was space that you could breathe and move and not be close. It was actually the Halloween Howler. So I really enjoyed that, and I would probably do another concert at the Shaw Conference Center, like way down the road. I'm slowly working through the anxieties. Let's not overdo it now. All right, moving on to the next question. What are your favorite values in friends? Honesty, loyalty, understanding, being able to speak your mind without worrying if you're going to piss them off, but mainly honesty. And are they trustworthy? Like, I seriously, you guys, I have 2 friends and I'm good with that. And they are people that, minus my online friends. Like, don't get me, I'm talking friends that I actually see with my eyeballs. You know, and the rest is family. And I'm okay with that. You know, like, since starting YouTube, I truly see who my friends are and aren't. And I'm good with that. You know, I've learned that, I guess, apparently me bettering myself pisses people off. So whatever. C'est la vie, sayonara, don't let the door hit you on the way out. So those are what I value, is trustworthy, loyalty, yeah, like the common sense things, kind of, sort of, you know what I mean? Like they're kind of, sort of important things in a friendship. At least I think they are anyway. All right, on to the next one. What is one thing you wished people knew about you? What is one thing I wish people knew about me? I don't know. I'm kind of an open book. That I have a severe fear of clowns. There we go. There. The cat's out of the bag. I am absolutely petrified of clowns. Petrified. Literally, if I see a clown, you guys, you're going to see this 4'11" chubby girl bolting right away in the farthest direction I can be from that freaking clown. You know, when we went to the Halloween Howler at the Shaw Conference, you best believe there were clowns there. Oh, yes. And I was 9 out of 10 times dodging them the fastest I could. So there we go. That is basically the one thing. I don't know what else to think of, because like there are things, but this is not the place to talk about those kinds of things, right? So otherwise, I'm pretty much an open book. If you've been following me or been on my channel for a while, you know that I am an open book. So that's pretty much it. There we go. I'm afraid of clowns, like seriously afraid of clowns. Okay, what's the next one? What social media are you addicted to? I'm not. Like, if I had to choose, I'd say YouTube, maybe, because I'm always watching YouTube. If that's considered a social media, I don't know. I'm not, like, I've seen people, or I've had friends over where they are constantly on their phone on Facebook. And I'm like, really? Really? You know, and I don't understand it, but again, to each their own. But yeah, I mean, if Facebook and Instagram suddenly died, as long as I had YouTube, I would be okay. I could go without Facebook or Instagram. You know, and that's just me. It's a personal preference. And I think that's why I'm so terrible at replying to messages quickly. And I do feel bad, but most people are understanding. It's just, I am not a social media person. And I used to be. Like, I used to be all addicted to Facebook. And then I don't know if it was when I was doing home-based businesses that killed it for me. But yeah, like, no, I am not a social media person. All right, on to the next one. How do you get along with your family? I get along wonderful with my family. Like, we're a very small family. Like, on my side, we are a very small family. Even on Mr. Addiction's side, we're not a big, huge family, and we get along really well. I mean, like, yeah, we have our ups and downs, but what family doesn't, right? I do get along very well with my family, and I'm actually very grateful for that, as I know not everybody does. And You know, I was blessed with good parents. I was blessed with amazing in-laws. It only took a while. The first two serious relationships I was in, I never got along with my in-laws at all. At all. So that answers that one. What is the biggest struggle you overcame? It's a toss-up between, well, they kind of go hand in hand. I'm going to say child loss and drug addiction. Losing a child is the worst earth-shattering experience that I wouldn't wish upon my worst enemy to go through. And it was losing Xavier that really dove me really hard into drug addiction, because I didn't want to feel that pain. So I would definitely say child loss and drug addiction are the two things that I overcame, and I am very proud that I was able to bounce back. You know, and it was the love of my other children that brought me back out of that. So I am definitely, that is something I'm very proud of myself for overcoming. Oh, hey, next one. Who is your role model? That's easy, my mom. My mom is my role model. If I can be half a good of a human being as my mom is, then man, I've got her made. The day that I lose my mom, that's gonna be a tough day. That's gonna be a very tough day. Okay, so on to the next one. You are going out with friends. Describe your night. Oh, I ain't going out nowhere. Oh no, No, my friends are gonna come over here and we're all gonna sit and we're gonna drink wine and we're gonna diamond paint. That is a good night. Yes. Or we're gonna sit and we're gonna watch movies. I don't go to bars. I just don't go out. I don't go out. If I'm hanging out with friends, 9 out of 10 times we're hanging out at my house or we're at their house. So that to me would be a good night. So the last question for this is, I'll answer it while I start cleaning up my area, as it is 4:30 in the morning and I need to try and get some sleep. Insomnia sucks. So the last question is, what are you happiest with in your life? What am I happiest with in my life? Myself. For the first time in my life, I am finally, truly happy to be in my own skin and not wanting to be something that I'm not. So that is what I am absolutely happiest with in my life at this moment. And I think that is something to be happy about. Never have I ever I was never happy in my own skin. I always wanted to put on a mask, as I talked about recently. You know, I still have things I need to work on, but who doesn't? I think we're forever working on ourselves, as we're always evolving. And our surroundings change, people come and go. So we're forever having to work on ourselves. But what I'm happiest with is being in my own skin, which then radiates outward, right? That way I'm a better mother, I'm a better wife, I'm a better daughter, I'm a better friend. When you're happy and content in your own skin and with who you are, faults and all, it really truly makes a huge difference in your outward life. Okay, you guys, on that note, I enjoyed answering these questions. I hope that you enjoyed listening to the answers and working on a WIP Chat. I'm going to be really excited to go over to Lisa's channel and watch listen to her answers while I continue working on my diamond painting. I'm slowly, I always say slow and steady wins the race. I don't have a deadline as to when, there is no deadline. We'll get this done when we get it done. It is what it is. In the meantime, you'll get to watch us on Wednesdays as we go. I'm not sure what tag Lisa found for us for next week. It should be interesting. I enjoy doing the tags as it gives me something to talk about while I'm diamond painting, and B, it gives you guys a little bit of a chance to get to know me and Lisa a little bit better. So until the next video, and I do hope that you can join me live probably in a few hours from when this video gets uploaded. I look forward to interacting and chatting with you all. Don't forget to answer today's question, being what is the next country you would like to visit, down in the comments. So until tomorrow's video or tonight's live, stay positive, live blessed, many, many blessings. #Vibetribe. Bye, guys.